Breaking news, grassroots Yang Gang style. The House has just voted to pass the aid bill that we all think is crazy, but they decided to pass it. So what's next is it's got to go to Donald Trump's desk, and that's when he'll sign it. He's not gonna mess around. He'll sign it today. So what happens next?
Well, once Trump signs it, then I don't know. Maybe they'll start working on getting checks out to people. I'm sure the airlines and whoever else they're bailing out will get their money first. So.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Make sure everybody can read your hat so they don't think it says
MAGA, baby. MAGA.
See what it says, right?
Yeah. MAGA.
Make America great, Andrew.
Breaking news. It's big on one hand, and I don't think that they're done. Because I don't know if y'all are aware of this or not, but Boris Johnson has tested positive for coronavirus in the UK. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is something that it doesn't care whether you're Democrat, doesn't care whether you're Republican, doesn't care what church you go to, doesn't care how much money you got in your bank account.
Sorry, that just reminded me of a video that, who was it? I think it was Madonna put out. Her sitting in her bathtub with somebody over here playing the piano, which I don't know if it was actually a person playing the piano. It was probably some music on the radio. And she's sitting there like, it doesn't matter if you're rich or you're poor, in her bathtub with her rose petals. Like, right. It was very weird and awkward. And
she got more money she knows what to do with.
Yeah. Anyways, that was so off topic.
But if you are just joining us, breaking news, the House,
yeah, the House.
It's
the House
the House. Yeah. The House has passed the
stimulus package.
I think with this, what's going on in the UK and all over the world, I think that this is gonna push us more towards a universal basic income. It has to.
It just has to, because a few experts, and also Andrew Yang, who we know as the expert on everything, has said that very soon they're going to need to sign another stimulus bill into law. They're going to have to, because this is not enough for the people at all. It's not even close. Out of $2 trillion, you're giving people, only some people, $1,200.
But so how much money can you actually print though? You know what I'm saying? Before it just loses all value.
They have unlimited money. Like everybody, where are we gonna get the money? Where are we gonna get the money? And then they come up with $2 trillion, and
we say it's unlimited, but it's not actually.
It's not, and we already know the dollar is not backed by gold, so that has no real value.
It's fiat currency.
Yeah.
So, but at what point do you just be like,
zombie
where
apocalypse.
Where it's worthless. It's absolutely worthless.
Zombie
and
apocalypse.
I'm hoping that a lot of the stuff that's going on in the global markets that Trump's trying to do, I'm hoping somehow we get moved back to the gold standard. I know it's a reach, but if you can shake the central banks enough to where they just implode on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And because they're in every country. So if that happens, then you could rework the economy to where you go back to the gold standard. And that would be one of the biggest things that we could ever do, would be to go back to the gold standard. Right now we have a world currency in the dollar. But it won't take much for somebody else to jack that currency from us, like China. And if that were to happen, if America were to lose the dollar as the world standard, man, you want to talk about wrecking havoc in this country? Oh my gosh.
But on topic, the House passed the stimulus bill.
Right.
We might need to do that save that for a later video that's all about that. Well, we've already talked about it, so whatever. But I don't know if y'all heard the drama that went along with this whole passing of the bill, how this Mr. Massey was trying to do a roll call. I don't even understand all the
He's basically
details,
trying to delay the bill because it's shit. That's what he was trying to do.
And then Trump told him he needed to...
Trump slammed him on Twitter.
So you got to leave the Republican Party. I'm ashamed of you, basically. So...
And here again, just like Bernie on the other side, he was one man by himself.
And it's like, we have to do what we have to do.
And then I just heard Nancy Pelosi get up there and talk about how great it is and how,
At least some people are getting some help, so it had to pass quickly. But it's definitely not the best bill for that.
And it's not the last bill. Because they're going to have to do something, because we are not only the world leader right now in coronavirus deaths as of yesterday.
The coronavirus cases.
Cases?
Yeah, not deaths yet.
Not deaths
It will
yet.
turn into more deaths.
It'll turn into it.
We have the
if we listen
most
to Donald
cases.
Trump.
We have more cases in the U.S. than they have in China, Italy, Spain, everywhere. We are the country with the most cases, and we just got this when our first case was in late January, and it wasn't even really started up then because it was just the people that came back.
It's crazy because you started hearing about, okay, then you had the cruise ship that was on lockdown, and I mean,
Trump says it's because we're testing more people.
You knew, and we are testing more people, and more people are getting tested every day, which is making this number just balloon, because
but we'll never know.
That's how widespread it already is. And you would think that the country that claims to be the world standard could do something more for its people.
Right. The way this has been handled from the beginning, there was one good thing, and Trump likes to bring it up every speech, but there was one good thing he did, and that was closing off travel from China. The problem is, also at the same time, he was sitting there saying, oh, it's no big deal. Basically. That is what he was doing. That was very dangerous. And now we're about to face the consequences. I, again, have a video coming out later about the numbers. So...
Scary stuff.
Yeah. Not to scare you or anything, it's just to give you the facts and the best case scenario. So it's an optimistic, here are the numbers to look at. But yeah, it's, either way, it's not going to be good. It's just not going to be good.
It's not.
But the stimulus bill passed.
Stimulus bill passed. Next step to Donald Trump's desk. It will be signed today. Donald Trump is not going to hesitate to sign it. And whenever anybody in Washington says that we've reached a wonderful bipartisan deal, you know that the American people are getting screwed.
Because why would they all agree on something if it didn't benefit like the biggest corporations and somehow benefit them? Just the regular old Americans?
Well, see, now here comes the problem though. Now the American people are starting to starve. Now the American people are starting to get evicted. Now the American people are all this stuff is starting to happen. They're going to have to do something. One way or the other. And just remember that it's not the government's job to protect you or to take care of you or to, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be. But they only have power because we all agree to it. And they have the most violence. They can bring the most violence to bear in the situation. And that's fact. So it's hard to go up against that. But we got to learn to take care of each other, y'all. We have to learn to take care of each other. You know, we used to be here in America where everybody was in a community. Everybody was tight-knit.
But 6 feet apart.
Now but 6 feet apart for sure. I don't know. Where do we go with this whole social distancing thing? Where do we go with this? Where do we go from here?
Stay at home. That's the biggest thing I can tell y'all to do right now. Just stay at home. Everything's changing. In a video later, we talk about that. We're no more handshakes. You know, a lot of things will be changing. And we just kind of got to roll with the changes. It's going to be different, but learn to live differently. That's all I can say. And stay at home for now.
In the meantime, if you are getting helped by this passing of this bill, congratulations. That is awesome. We have nothing but joy for you. But we got to remember that there's going to be a lot of people out there that this didn't help. this is going to let a lot of people, like millions and millions and millions of people are going to fall through the cracks on this.
And I feel like that's why Humanity Forward and other, even just helping your neighbor or helping someone online. But Humanity Forward is so important because Andrew Yang is doing everything he can to help as many people as he can financially. And he's doing it now. He doesn't have to sign any stupid bills or wait for this person to say yes or no. I mean, if you have a little bit of extra and that's where you want to donate at movehumanityforward.com because that will help out so many people.
It's already, we are already, I've seen so many stories already where Andrew has, and Humanity Forward has given money. People that we actually know have received funds from him. So if you do need it, please go there. And it's a little mini stimulus of $250 and $500 in between.
So if you need something immediately, say whether it be food, electricity, you need to pay some on your rent. If you need it right now, you need to go to movehumanityforward.com or tweet at Andrew or at Humanity Forward. Because he's trying to, there's a lot of people that need a lot of things, but he's doing his best to get money out. What's up? I see you thinking. The wheels are turning.
Yeah, because somebody just put something in the chat that made me think. What if Andrew unsuspended?
Now we're both like...
With the shape of that America is in right now.
If he was to unsuspend, but you still have your people like, well, how are we going to pay for that? And...
Fuck that. Because you already see how they going to pay for it. They write a check in one day. That's twice the amount that would pay everybody that for a year. So what if he unsuspended? And I wonder.
I don't know.
Because I think
we need to ponder on this.
I think that the broke folk vote is to such a point now where they're like, holy fuck.
We really need UBI.
We really need UBI.
Yeah. I mean, Biden's sounding like a crazy person. Trump is just being Trump, and now he wants to do this whole thing by Easter. Like, Andrew's the best choice. He always has been. How would he get the
nomination without any delegates? That's a good question.
That is a good question. You have to overhaul. Well, how? Think about this. When are they supposed to go to the whole convention? When is that? It's got to happen, July?
Soon, yeah.
But I know they're postponing primaries. They're not going to be able to do that. They're not going to be able to get all these people together, all the delegates together to see who gets the delegates. So maybe that whole system gets wiped out and they do it a different way. I don't know how, but...
This is a system reboot. Control, Alt, Delete. We need a system reboot right now. We just need a whole new way of doing things.
We got to do things differently.
Because, because you see, I think it would be more plausible if, somehow Bernie, because Biden is doing so bad, so poorly.
But it's already, looking at the numbers, Bernie still cannot get enough delegates. He will not get more delegates than Joe. And,
But if his opponent fucking loses his mind before...
Then what, all his delegates move over to Bernie? How does that work? I
think that would have to be how it would have to happen.
Or Yang jumps back in and gets all the delegates. Bernie and Biden are like, here, take our delegates. You are the master.
Bernie is too stubborn. And now Bernie's talking about a $2,000 a month plan for people until this is over. And
after he said that it was...
But hey, it's like Andrew said, I don't care how you got here. I just care that you're here.
True. At least he's looking at it now. Even though that's per household, though. That's not per person. It's per household. But it's still fine. It's better than nothing.
I mean, 2,000. That would be
for us.
That would be our dividend.
Right, but if you have a household that has 6 adults, because you have mom and a dad and their grandma, and then you have 2 adult kids, and then you have so.
That's where you cut your damn house in half and say. This is apartment
A, apartment
B.
But anyways.
This is 2 different households.
But at least now other politicians are warming up to UBI because that's very important. That needs to happen. So I do feel like, though, every single candidate that runs in 2024 will have some kind of UBI policy.
I tweeted that out not long ago. If you going forward do not have universal basic income of some sort in your policy plan, you better not run.
Don't even run.
Don't even run.
If you're running on free child care for everyone, just don't even run unless you throw in UBI as well. Okay?
It's just got to be there. The broke folk vote only getting broker. But help is on the way. Passing of the stimulus bill, or whatever you want to call it, the aid bill. Nancy Pelosi still stinks. All those people up there stink.
Trump says stupid things. He's really just making me mad lately.
But it's huge. It's huge. It'll be on my desk in an hour, and I'll sign it into law. We love you, Yang Gang. Thank you for being here. Like, share, subscribe. Share it out, definitely.
Let everyone
We love you.
know.
See you on the next one.